Yo guys, Coach Theo here on Common Sense. Today I'm going to share with you a well-kept bodybuilding secret, okay? The secret and magic of the number 9. 9 is the optimal amount of reps you want to be doing for your working sets in order to get nasty, jacked and stacked. And this is because I'm joking, obviously, there's nothing magic about the number 9. However, I do want you to do 9 reps for your working sets every once in a while. And I'm going to tell you that it's a big problem if you can't even remember the last time you did 9 reps for a working set. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's start like this. So before I started my online coaching business, which is what I focus on now, I worked as a personal trainer in commercial gyms. I still do a little bit of in-person training, but when you work on chains like that, you're going to have a lot of clients and that are maybe closer to the average person, right? So many people I work with online, there are guys around my age that want to get, a shape that's way, way, way beyond the average. And the typical gym goer like that, they maybe just want to get fit, get a little bit stronger, put on some muscle, right? And I used to joke with my PT colleagues sometimes, it's kind of rare that you tell someone to do like 9 reps. Like, okay, give me 9 reps for our next set of lat pull downs, And look, it's because that kind of person, for their goals, of course, they have to train hard enough, they have to progressively overload, and they have to be consistent in going to the gym, of course. But in order to just put on a little bit of muscle for health reasons as an average person, it's not like you have to take everything to failure, push it as hard as you can all the time. So many times these nice and even rep rate, like 8 reps for a set, give me 10, give me 12. That's going to be close enough to failure to stimulate the adaptation that they need, right? However, if you are someone that's looking to get nasty, jacked and stacked, succulent, dense, all those Eric Bugenhagen words, you're gonna have to push it harder, and you cannot go into your training like, I'm gonna do 8 reps, I'm gonna do 10, I'm gonna do 12, I'm gonna do 3 sets of 10. No, you have to have a rough idea what you're going for, but that you're gonna find out, you have to find out, okay? If you never end up on 7 reps, 9 reps, 11 reps, 13 reps, these kinds of reps, chances are you're stopping before you've actually stimulated an adaptation, at least at a certain point. Like I said, when we're starting to get more fit than most, but we want to get even more fit, even more jacked, right? So the type of progressive overload that I apply on most exercises is called double progression, right? Meaning we have a rep range, we progress in reps on the same weight between workouts before we move up in weight, right? So let's say we have an exercise with 3 sets of 8 to 12. That does not mean like just pick a number that you like, I do 3 sets of 8 or 3 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 12. No, it means take the sets to failure or very close to failure within that rep range, and probably you should not get the same amount of reps per set. You should probably lose a rep between your sets, right? So if I do dumbbell press, which is a typical exercise, I would put 3 sets of 8 to 12 in. Let's say first time I try a weight, I managed to get 10 reps, 9 on the next one, 9 or 8 on the third one. Next time I come and I know I tried to get 11 reps this time, right? Hopefully I get that. Maybe I get 10 or 9 or that. And when I get to 12, now it's time to move up to the next set of dumbbells and start over at like 9, 10 reps or whatever ends up being. But you see, you should end up on these frequently when you go to the gym. You should end up doing an uneven, a weird number of reps. Right? You shouldn't just decide that I'm doing 3 sets of 8, I'm doing 3 sets of 10, or I'm going to do 10 reps now. No, I'm going to do around 10, but I'm going to do as many as I can. And the next time I'm going to try to beat that, all right? This is, guys, it's like, I know this sounds simple and everything, but honestly, when it comes to myself, I've learned a lot about training throughout the years, like how to program, what's a good form, what the exercises are best for these, But still, the 2 main things that have taken me to where I am today is, we would like take consistency for granted. I actually go to the gym. The things in the gym that I do best is I train extremely hard. I always try to beat what I did last time. I don't just make up my mind that 10 reps that's good enough. It's like, no, I try to beat what I did last time. And as a consequence of that, I quite often end up doing like 7 reps, 9 reps, 11 reps. Today, did my upper body workout. First exercise, L-sit chin-ups that I add weight to now, 25 kilos right now. I'm trying to progress in reps within the 5 to 8 rep range here. And so today, because I fairly recently moved up to 25 kilos after hitting 8 with 20 kilos, I added a rep. I did 6 reps, right? But the point is, I don't know exactly, like I try to, because I know that 5 is better. I'd like to get 6, but when I start my set, I don't know. You see, I know around where I'm gonna end up, but I'm gonna try to end up at a higher amount than last time, and yeah, I'm gonna find out, you see. And on the next exercise, I just started, I'm thinking what bench press variation I want to do, still experimenting a little bit, but I done a close grip Larsen press past 8 reps for 100 kilos. Today I managed to do 9. I took a closer grip, but I was caught off guard by the grind on the 9th rep. But you see, I didn't know exactly, but I got that 9th rep, exactly 9 in this case. And so on my dumbbell press, incline dumbbell press with 44 kilo dumbbells, I got 7. Right now I said earlier that I often work 8 to 12 reps on a dumbbell press. For me, I've gone down to a 5 to 8 rep range right now. But you see, these uneven numbers, it's not that I tried to get them like I kind of joked about at the start, like, oh, 9 is magical or something. But I do see, if you were to scroll through my training log, you would see very often 7, 9, 11, 13, these kinds of numbers, guys. It's like, you know, I get frustrated. I see all this, so much shit that people focus on and ask me about even, you know. It's like, man, like, why? As if this is the problem, you know. I don't know, like someone sends me like a video, someone doing a triceps push, and I'm like, there's this, like, you know, and then they do some minor tweak, as if it's like, no, you can do almost the exact same motion, but it's like changing the position of your elbows a little bit. It didn't matter. You pushed it hard, you pushed your push downs hard, but nothing happened to your triceps, of course, because your elbow was here instead of here, you know. That's never everything. It's so simple, guys. That's what I wanted to come to as a kind of final point. That I've learned a lot more throughout this year, perfected my programming and execution form, understanding of, you know, more details of the entire training process. But what I got right from the start are these 2 things. Push it very hard. Try to beat it. Try to beat it. Don't make up my mind that this amount is fine, or always try to beat it. You know, when I look back to my training, like 4 years ago, I've trained for a few months more than 6 years now. You know, I was in very good shape. I could get like shredded, basically. I was just small. I had like 10 kilos less lean mass on my frame, right? But I was making progress consistently. And the thing I can see in my old training is that, okay, my form, my execution was a lot worse than I thought at the time. You know, like I cut basically mostly shorter range of motion. And maybe I just on certain exercises didn't quite understand what I should focus on, what cue I should focus on or something. But that's the thing. You can get a lot of things wrong if you get these things right. Train really hard, try to beat it. Like, let's say you do a dumbbell press and you cut it a bit short. That was something I used to do. I didn't go so deep. Now we know going deeper, well, it's good for mobility, but even for hypertrophy, to emphasize that stretched position of the lift, right? But even if you were doing half reps, you know, if you were adding reps and then moving up in dumbbells and doing half reps, it's like, okay, maybe you could get even better results from fine-tuning the form, but like something is going to happen, okay? When you do a motion with resistance, you do as much as you can and you manage to do more the next time. It doesn't matter if your execution isn't perfect. So you've gotten better at the thing you're not doing great. You still gotten better. You're challenging the muscles more. They're going to grow, right? So that's kind of what I feel like I just try to find new angles to make people understand this all the time. But guys, that's the thing. Be consistent, train hard, train harder than last time. Like Greg Doucette, that's one of the big ones I'll give Greg, that very simple thing that he gets right. It's like, you go train, you train hard, and then the next time you're trying to train harder than last time. That's it. That's going to take you so far. So learn to just train like a beast first. Then you can spend all this time optimizing, finding what exercises are best for me, which split is best for me, which form on the exercise is best for me. Train hard, train to failure, train even harder to failure the next time. Okay, guys? So like and comment, always interested to hear what you have to say. I do holistic bodybuilding coaching, getting jacked and stacked mentally, physically, spiritually. Right now, we're before a new year, so I'm just any coaching program you sign up for will just start immediately in December, and the coaching time will start next year. So if you are interested, you can send me a DM on Instagram or email me. I'll get back to you with my different options. Pick up my training book, everything mindset, philosophy, and just technique, information. What did I want to say there? But those things are included there that you need in order to become a self-reliant, jacked and stacked, absolutely succulent individual. Please subscribe for more content about fitness, fast losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. 9 reps. That's something you want to do every once in a while. Peace.